I've interviewed lots of rock stars, authors, actors, but this has really got me spinning today. I so appreciate your time, sir. I'm going to introduce you to our audience out there. You are none other than the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Louisiana, Mr. Billy Nungesser. And again, not only is it a privilege to get some of your time because I follow you and I see how busy you are all the time. But right now, when we're talking, you're in the middle of, well, just began Jazz Fest. I believe you also had, is it Travel and Tourism Week? And also Earth Day. And you were actually out there helping out with Earth Day. So, anywhere else, this would be a full slate. For you, it might just be a Wednesday or a Thursday. Let me start with that, sir. You've had such a long tenure and clearly, you are beloved. Let me ask you a little bit about these things this last week with Jazz Fest coming in. Do things ramp up or is this another day in Louisiana?
Well, we had a great Super Bowl, which led into Mardi Gras. And after Mardi Gras, it's fair and festival season. And
Yes.
we have over 400 fairs and festivals. If you can eat it, drink it, shoot it, dance to it, we name a festival after it. We had French Quarter Fest last week, which is the largest free fest anywhere. And then this week with Jazz Fest getting started. And, the Strawberry Fest, the Duck Fest, the Boudin Fest, and of course the Crawfish Fest. So they're all over Louisiana on any given weekend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Never a dull moment for you. I'd like to just throw in one thing here. When I mentioned Earth Day, I did a little background, and I know you have keeplouisianabeautiful.org. And I thought that'd be a great way for people to see what's going on and even within the state to maybe be a part of it.
Right. We're known as Sportsman's Paradise. And 3 years ago, I got the legislator to move Keep Louisiana Beautiful under my office. That year, we had about 50 groups clean up. That last week, we had over 1,000 groups in all 64 parishes. That's a county where you're from. But we're on a mission, and it's a real movement in Louisiana to put the paradise back in Sportsman's Paradise here in Louisiana. Because during COVID and after, we had a pretty dirty state. So we're on a mission to clean it up and make it the beautiful place that people come to enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you. Just before that, you mentioned that list of festivals. And again, there's always something going on in New Orleans. But I loved how you included Crawfish Festival in that. And of course, we're in New Jersey. I'd love to ask a little bit or expound a little more on that, how Michael Arnone's Crawfish Festival, after 32 years, has formed, really a bond between his home in Louisiana and New Jersey. And I would just love to know a little bit about how that resonates with you, sir.
Well, it's a great way to bring our culture somewhere else. And he's done an amazing job. I actually, one year that I went, met some people that they ended up opening an engineering office and doing work in Louisiana. So it's a chance to meet new friends. And what I'm most proud of Mike and his team, we get compliments everywhere we go that we treat strangers like family.
Do.
And we invite you to our backyard to eat crawfish, and you leave Louisiana with a friend for life. So you just keep coming back for more. And Mike has a way of bringing that love and passion and a lot of crawfish and some great Louisiana music to your hometown. So it's a chance where people don't have to travel to get a real taste of Louisiana.
Oh, you're so right. We so love it, but we also love that so many of our guests have then taken the step to go on down, down to Louisiana. So love how that works. Speaking about traveling down there, myself, I've been to New Orleans so many times, and so many others I know have also, you've made the pilgrimage to Jazz Fest or a particular festival. I'd like to ask you, for someone like me that concentrates their trip on New Orleans, I would love to expand a little bit and see what else your beautiful state has to offer. Can you maybe speak on that as to someone that usually goes right to New Orleans, why we should maybe expand our horizons and think about stepping out into some of the other areas?
Yes, we have so many great like I said, we even have Mardi Gras all over Louisiana.
Yes.
They chase a chicken in Mamou. They throw hot dogs in Shreveport. Um, but Lafayette, Cajun country. Uh, you go to Avery Island where the Tabasco sauce is still made today, shipped all over the world. So the unique towns and cities throughout Louisiana, Natchitoches, where Steel Magnolia was filmed, that historical city, the oldest city in Louisiana on that beautiful river, um, Poverty Point, a World Heritage Site. And then we got the number one bass fishing lake in the country in Toledo Bend over near Lake Charles. So there are so many things to see and do all over Louisiana. We like to tell people you can fish anywhere, but you catch fish in Louisiana. People come from all over the world to fish the bayous for trout and redfish, and then they go offshore around the drilling rigs in the Gulf and catch tuna, wahoo, and marlin. So we've got the best of both worlds all over Louisiana. And then if you're really adventurous, you can go on an alligator hunt and hunt some alligators like the Duck Dynasty people used to do.
Thank you so much for perfectly illustrating why it's such a magical place. And it is so unique from anywhere else. If you've traveled all over, even the world, there is nothing like Louisiana. And again, you get off that plane. I've always said I felt like I was jumping in a pool, just submerging myself, and you let go and you let it take you. It's such a gift. I would love to ask you about something that you really consider such a privilege about living in Louisiana that we might not know about. Something that, maybe someone in, I don't know, or even Canada wouldn't know about. What is so great about getting to live in your wonderful state?
Well, as I mentioned before to people, we treat strangers like family and being through so many hurricanes and storms, seeing the good in people come out to help their neighbors out. And we just love life. We're passionate about where we live. But the thing we take for granted that people come from all over the world, that unique culture, we're a big gumbo with so
Mhm.
many cultures, Spanish, French. We just got so much of so many different worlds here in Louisiana. And the seafood. We get fresh seafood every day out the Gulf of Mexico. Crab, shrimp, oyster, redfish. So we like to tell people ask before you eat and make sure it's local seafood.
Yeah.
And there is a big difference between our local seafood and the stuff imported from other countries. And we kind of take it for granted because we get to eat it every day right here in Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm gonna interject something right there because here in the Northeast, I always ask at the store, is it Gulf shrimp? Got to always, even if you're not in Louisiana, ask wherever you are because it goes out all over. So ask if it's Gulf shrimp before you buy. And not only do you illustrate all the fresh seafood and fish that you get to catch there, you all have folks that know how to cook it. So that is an extra special, treat because it's something you're not going to find anywhere else other than perhaps Michael Arnone's Crawfish Fest in Augusta, New
Absolutely.
Jersey. And I just want to say one more time, thank you so much. I'd like to give out this Instagram address for people that would like to follow and see what you've got going on up to date. That would be Louisiana LTGOV, and that is on Instagram. So they can follow you there. You're also on Facebook because I started following you there. And lastly, ltgov.la.gov to get to the website.
And you can go to explorelouisiana.com too. We've got so many places to see. You can take a road trip all over Louisiana. I promise you won't be disappointed.
No, you won't. And I have to say personally, I have myself a Catahoula, which I realize is the official dog of Louisiana. I bribed him to be quiet, so he's not here right now. But you even have a Catahoula hotel. So if you need to take that trip and you don't have anywhere to put your pup, put him in the car and go on down because there is something for not only every human in Louisiana, every dog has a fun day too.
We love our animals in Louisiana.
You sure do. Once again, crawfishfest.com. I can't wait to see you there if you're coming out for even a little bit. keep letting everyone know that's where you can go to get your tickets online, find out all about the bands, how to get there, all the details. And of course, you might want to grab a little jambalaya while you're there too. This has been an absolute honor, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you so much for your time. I know Crawfish Fest appreciates it, and thank you for doing what you do and keeping your magical history's legacy rich and vibrant. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Come see me in Louisiana.